Hello guys, welcome to my first long form tier list. All my other tiers have been shorts, but today I'll be going more in depth. This is going to be the tiers of all the slashers I've seen based on how scary I feel they are. So, of course, we've got terrifying, meaning I felt that it was very, very effective, very, very scary, and overall just a great movie. Spooky, which means it's pretty scary. Got me a couple times, meaning, of course, you know what I mean, it was not tame, but it had a couple good jumps. But overall, it wasn't that scary. Feels toned down, meaning it feels like a lot of the kills could have been a lot gorier, yet they weren't. And then we've got comedy. You know what I mean, it's more funny than scary. Also, really quickly, I forgot to add one, so let's just add Friday the 13th Part 3 in 3, 2, 1. As you can see, we've got Friday the 13th Part 3. That'll be the last one we do. Yeah, as you can see, a lot of the horror movies I've seen are just slashers. I've seen Alien as well, but this would be a slasher tier list since, you know, I'm more into slashers, and if we did overall horror movies, we'd literally add one more movie. I feel like slashers is just a better genre in my opinion. Fight me about it. Honestly, fight me. Slashers are the best subgenre of horror. Okay, so Scream. Got me a couple times, definitely. I know this movie is very, very popular, and he was the first slasher movie I saw, but I feel like it was not toned down, so I won't put it there, but I do feel like a lot of it felt very basic. I know it was the first of its series, so it wasn't really going to go all out, but yeah, it did get me a couple times, and I feel like the most brutal part was definitely when they found Stephen's body in the opening, and it was all cut open in front of the swimming pool. Yeah, that was definitely like... Okay, my dog's literally standing right outside my closed door. I can just hear him sneezing. Anyway, yeah, he got me a couple times, and it was pretty brutal, but overall, it's definitely a pretty decent horror movie. Next, I've got the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah, no. What? I didn't even do that. Okay, so I'll put that in spooky. It's not gory. It's more of like an uncomfortable feeling. So you like did the scene where she's like screaming and they're all laughing. Yeah, the only thing I feel like wasn't great about this one is that it just didn't have much gore in it, and I know that's because it was made in like the 70s, and also I'm pretty sure it was pretty low budget. I'll have to Google that. But yeah, like overall, it made me feel a bit uncomfortable, especially the scene where like the dinner scene. That's just a bit weird. Also, like all the dead bodies and the grandpa drinking her blood. Yeah, that was weird. The part that actually got me, that made me jump, is the scene where Franklin died, because Leatherface just pops out of nowhere. There's a lot of loud noises in this film. I feel like they were very effective. Yeah, I'm just literally searching out the budget. Yeah, okay. Texas Massacre budget 1974, 140,000 USD. Yeah, that's lower. That's lower than the original Halloween, which I think is like 300,000 USD. Anyway, yes, go on to the next one. Halloween, and the original Halloween. Yeah, I don't know how to put this one. Yeah, got me a couple times. It's definitely not as uncomfortable or intense as the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but I do feel like it's sort of on that level of it feels homemade, but still pretty effective. I'll put it above Scream, obviously. You know, it was the Halloween movie that I felt was very authentic. It didn't feel like they had put a lot of budget into CGI, of course, because they didn't use CGI. It was the 70s. When was CGI? I don't know when CGI started to become a thing, but anyway, I think it was like late 90s, early 90s maybe. You know, Michael Myers felt a lot more human in this one. So it made it feel a lot more scary because this could actually happen. But yeah, I wouldn't put it toned down because it did have a few, not gory, but like brutal scenes. Like Halloween 2018. Oh my god, this was the first Halloween film I saw because I was on Prime looking for horror movies to watch. I saw Scream last year, and then I started Halloween like a month ago. I wanted to get back into the slasher genre because I heard Halloween was good. I couldn't find the original, but I found this one, and I put it on, and I watched it, and I loved it. Yeah, that definitely goes right up there with spooky. As you can see, a lot of the I've not put anything in Phil's toned down comedy or terrifying. There's three rankings left, and there's 3 movies left. It's definitely a very gory movie. Not extremely, but like it had a decent bit of gore, especially the death where the guy's teeth were pulled out, and also just the whole thing of, I think it was Aaron that got his head just bashed into the wall multiple times. He was bleeding everywhere. You know, also the fight between Laurie and Michael was so much better. Was so much better than anything else that they've ever done in the newer continuity. Like Halloween Ends, which sucked. That is not on this list right now, but it will be the final one. So again, I forgot to add it. This list was prepared very quickly, by the way. Yeah. Let's do Halloween Kills. Okay, so. Yeah, no, above those 2. No. Let's switch these 2 around. And then switch these 2. Yeah, okay, anyway, yeah. It's a very gory movie, definitely. Especially with the fluorescent light kill. And Michael stabbing her husband in the back multiple times to try out his knives. It just felt like it was Halloween 2018, but with more gore. And those kids that were sort of not taking Michael seriously, they were so annoying. Like, honestly, it was the first ever time I actually rooted for Michael. In this movie, it's the first ever time I thought, like, oh my god, these characters are all so annoying. Could Michael just come on the scene now so we can get rid of him? It just didn't feel like it was very... Like, the characters were too annoying, in my opinion. The Evil Dies Tonight was too repetitive, but Michael in this film was definitely one of his coolest appearances. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022, and now we're going terrifying. Yes, I watched this movie a couple nights ago, and I was terrified of it. I'm not gonna like say I wasn't, because I was. Honestly, this movie is brutal, especially the bus massacre scene. Is literally the first. As someone pointed out in the comments of a video I saw about the movie, it's the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie with a chainsaw massacre. Oh, that's actually pretty interesting. So yeah, it goes up there because also just a scene where well, I don't think she's ever given a name, but I'm pretty sure she's given a name in the credits, but I never heard her name said. But Dante's partner, when she's in the car with the van and Leatherface is cutting off his mum's face, when he holds it up and puts it on, she's talking through the radio saying something like, "He's wearing her face. He's wearing her face." I feel like that sort of added tension to it because it just felt really, really creepy. This movie didn't really have any jump scares. A lot of the kills, you see Leatherface like sneak up on them beforehand. Anyway, Friday 13th, part 3. Yep, I watched part 3 before I watched the others. I'm stupid, I know. But just because, basically someone I know wanted to watch Friday 13th, yet they like Jason Voorhees, and that's the only reason they wanted to watch it. And I said, sure, let's watch part 2. And he said no, I wanted to watch it with the hockey mask. So we just put on part 3, and I'm pretty sure we both enjoyed it a lot, and I feel like it got me a couple times. It was pretty brutal. I'm actually going to move Halloween down to Phil's toned down because, again, barely any gore. It's very close to being up here. Okay guys, so the last one, Halloween Ends. Oh. I'll be in comedy. Because it definitely did feel, no. Oh god, it's hard though, because like, when you make a tier list like this, you can't really put these two on the same level, because they're definitely not. Yeah, this wasn't as brutal as this. I'll put this back up there. I'll put this in Phil's toned down, because Yeah, Michael Myers felt very weak in this movie. He got the absolute hell beaten out of him by Corey. Corey, who was beaten up by band kids and got his hand cut on chocolate milk. He just like, it annoyed me when I saw Corey beat him up and take his mask. It just he didn't make any sense. Also, yeah, Corey was definitely an interesting character. Very, 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 very interesting. I feel like a lot of Corey's character should have been set up from the previous two films. Maybe Halloween Kills could have introduced him as part of the mob, and he could have had some sort of line or something to introduce himself. But yeah, it was like a very toned down movie. I feel like Corey was the main killer in it, definitely. They should have just told it as a Corey movie and taken Michael Myers out. Maybe he's inspired by another killer. But yeah, Rowan Campbell did a very good Campbell. I don't know how you pronounce it, honestly. I can't pronounce people's names. Yeah, he did a very good job playing Corey. I feel like he got the nerdiness and also the brutality across of Corey. The scene where he was killing the band kids, honestly, probably the most brutal part of the past three movies, including Halloween Kills, especially since he burnt that kid's face off. So I will say that a lot of these movies are very good, apart from Halloween Ends, of course. I feel like this tier means it's like an okay movie. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good movie. Yeah, it's getting to be perfect, and this is perfect pretty much. You know what I'm trying to say, right? Anyway, you might not agree with my tier list, so tell me what your ranking will be in the comments. Again, this isn't me saying, yeah, this movie is really bad. Like, if you like it, you shouldn't like it. It's me saying, personally, I don't like this movie. Anyway, yeah, tell me your opinions in the comments. See you next time. Bye.